Let's watch the movie.
Another question from TV Magazine in Finland. You've planned this movie for a long time. Why do you find Predator so interesting that you still want to make this movie?
Well, it was actually, yeah, I was still very interested, and I forgot about it in some ways because I was only hired on as a writer back in 96, 95, 96, 94. And then they went off and did the AVP movie, so I totally just forgot about it. Not, I mean, not completely. I would think about it every once in a while because there was things that I liked a lot in the script that I didn't get to ever be a part of. So when they came back to me last year and they said, "Would you like to produce it?" I jumped at the chance to go ahead and see that finally come to life so many years later. And I went around and asked everyone here in my office if they thought it'd be a good idea. And everywhere you would go, in every room, there would be like those Predator toys or the mask. I had that mask. I've had that mask since back then, '96. Still in my office, so there was still you could tell people gravitated towards that, and I knew there was something about the Predator character that made it very enduring, and that people still loved because they still had their little toys and busts and model kits all in their offices upstairs. So I thought, oh well, that answers that. I guess we should do it because everybody still likes this character. So I think it's because it's humanoid in nature. You can identify with him. You want to be that badass character going around tearing stuff up and ripping people's spines out. I think there's something about that.
Very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Jada933 asks, Robert, how long did it take you to shoot the movie?
I think we had to shoot pretty fast. I remember I kept telling Nim, faster, faster. We have to get done by Christmas because of our release date. And he was cranking on it. We had so little prep time. I'm trying to remember when we started. I know we finished Machete, and 2 weeks later we were shooting Predators. It was very fast. It was about 3 months, I think. It was probably about 49, 50 days. Partly in Hawaii, partly here in Texas.
And that would lead to the next question. Where did you shoot the movie, and what was your decision-making process in choosing one or multiple locations?
We wanted to find a jungle that didn't look like it had been overshot, that looked like it could be something that wouldn't confuse them to where right away they would know they're on another planet, but just think it's been someplace they hadn't seen before. So I wanted to find some jungle that didn't look too lush, too pretty. And we thought Hawaii, and at first I was like, no, we can't go to Hawaii. It's going to look like they can just crawl into the jungle and take a nap. It's going to look too comfortable. That's why people go to Hawaii. They go on vacation. So don't worry, we'll find some places in Hawaii that nobody would want to go visit. And they did. And that's where we went and shot. And that was fun. We shot there about 3 weeks. Then we came back to Texas, and there's a lot of bizarre locations, natural locations here. And that rounded out the making of this planet.
Next question is from Mystic Ninja. It says, Nolan is a very interesting character. Lawrence Fishburne is a great choice, but I'm curious, was the character written with Arnold Schwarzenegger in mind?
No, but I could see why you would think that. He is a character who has survived for a while on the planet. He's killed a predator before, and he's a little crazy. But no, it was always written as someone that we knew we needed somebody who in the story who was a little more aware of what was going on in order to help the audience catch up to what's happened since the early movies. Starts happening, but it's been grounded already, and you care for everybody, and so it becomes a lot scarier that way.
Next question is from Scar Hunter 92.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, who else would it be from? Are we going to see any other alien creatures aside from the hounds?
Yes. Do you see other alien creatures besides the hounds? Yes. Yeah, there's other things that get hunted on the planet. You get to see some other things. That's all I can say.
That's where you're leaving it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. More questions about casting. Who was your first? Who was the first actor that came to mind for any role?
Who's the first actor? Well, of course, the ones that are actually in the movie.
I think maybe the question might even be leading to: did you get all of the people that you
We
wanted?
get all the people that we wanted. It was a very fast casting process. It was very much, we looked at very few people because we didn't have a lot of time. We went just to the very top of our list, down. I think there might have been one of the characters who just wasn't available. One of the first names we came up with. So we go, okay, well, who else would we want? And we'd pick another person in that, that's how it always happens. Once you get the person that you're supposed to hire, you can't even imagine it another way. And it's just meant to go that way. So we ended up with a cast we were supposed to have. Let's say that.
Let's see. Next question. I think all of these they're coming up are about casting. It's asking who you were most excited about casting. But it sounds like you were excited about all of them.
Yeah, we were excited about casting all the characters because they're all going to be so different. They all had to work together. We like that sort of ensemble cast where they're not supposed to know each other or like each other. One of the funnier ones was in the script, and I didn't write this, it was the new writers came on and wrote this, and it said a Danny Trejo type. Like, there's no Danny Trejo type. There's no one else like Danny Trejo. You mean cast Danny Trejo. And I'm not going to give Danny another job. He's in every one of my movies. I can't just going to give it to him already in the script. And so I told him, go try and find somebody that you think is a Danny Trejo type and then come back and talk to me. Of course, couldn't find anybody, so it's like, all right, Danny, you get to get in the movie. So Danny Trejo type is now just Danny Trejo. And his name is Cuchillo, which means knife. And in Desperado, he was Navajas, which also means knives. In Dusk Till Dawn, he was Razor Charlie.
So there's
in
a
Machete, he's Machete.
Here.
Yeah, he's a whole cutlery set. Butter knife should be next.
Is that for Predators
or
too?
Switchblade. Oh, you can go on and on. Ginsu.
The Ginsu. From Dusk Till Dawn, their question is, of course you knew that was coming, can you compare Predators with any of your other films?
Well, this one is one that I'm just very excited about. I've started working on it around the time of Dusk Till Dawn, and now it's coming out, and it's one I didn't even direct, so it was amazing to get to work that collaboratively with my crew in a different way, with Nimrod, who was having to direct. It was interesting to be able to, when you're directing, you have to carry the entire movie on your shoulders. And there's a lot of pressure because you're spending a lot of money every day with having to answer a lot of questions. And it was very surreal to see in one of the offices my crew working with Nim, asking him questions, and me not feeling any of that weight at all. I could be very objective, almost like an out-of-body experience, almost like I was dead watching someone else direct while they're getting grilled. I would just laugh and go, "Hey, man, I don't feel any of this." And he was just like, Do you want any of this? No, I'll just go watch over here and enjoy and throw a few comments in here and there. He did such an amazing job. It was great to just watch as a fan and a spectator. And I got more into the effects side of things, but the day-to-day set stuff, it was just a thrill to walk out and watch and get to be a part of seeing it come to life.
The next question kind of adds to that as well. So this time around you wore the producer's hat. Did you ever have a moment when you were on the set when you wish you had made a different decision and were directing?
Wish that I was directing? No, not at all. It was more fun to see it come to glorious life. I chose Nimrod because we had very similar tastes. Yet I'd go on the set and he would be approaching a scene completely differently and in a really cool way. So you